Hey guys, welcome to my first cooking video. Sorry if it's a mess, but this is just the first trial. For tonight, I'm gonna make one of my favorite things that I haven't had in a really long time. They're called molletes. And for molletes, if you have a Mexican store around you, you can get a bread called Bolillo. That's the ideal thing that you want for molletes. But if you can't find that or there's not a Mexican store around you, you can either get a baguette or a Cuban bread. That works well too. For tonight, I'm actually gonna use a Cuban bread. So it's gonna taste really good. Step 2, we need refried beans. I didn't have refried beans today. I just had black beans. So if you wanna smash it, you can use a fork and just crush it as much as you can. That works really well too. The right way would be to use a blender, but I'm just lazy right now. I had a really long day of work and I don't wanna wash any dishes. So I'm just gonna use a fork. That works. Step 3, we wanna turn on our broiler. We wanna make sure our bread is a little crunchy and it has consistency because this is gonna be loaded. If we don't make it a little crunchy, it will break apart very easily. Step 4, now that we have our beans somewhat refried or somewhat smashed, however you wanna call it, we're gonna put it like a spread. Kind of like if you were making avocado toast. We want to make sure it's spread as evenly as we can. Just so every bite that we take, we're going to get some beans on the mollete. For step 5, this is optional, especially if you don't eat meat. You don't have to do it. But I'm going to add chorizo. I had chorizo from work. So I'm going to make chorizo. I'm going to put chorizo on my molletes. I really like how they taste like that. It's one of my favorite ways of making it. So give me just a second and I'll show you. So same thing with the molletes. The chorizo, we're gonna put it on top, okay? Step 6, we're gonna use cheese. You can use any cheese that will melt and will taste really good. This one I'm using a 5-blend cheese. Like it's a combination of Italian cheese. It has mozzarella, provolone, Asiago Romano. It's really good. I love how it melts and how it tastes when it melts because it has a bunch of flavor and it's not chewy like a lot of cheese, unfortunately, that you find here in the US. So we want to put cheese all around our molletes, depending on how much cheese you like, right? But that's what I'm going to put for mine. Step 7, we're going to put this bad boys in the oven with the broiler on. All we want to do is make sure the cheese melts. That's it. Okay, now that the cheese melted, for our final step, we want to use Pico de Gallo to put it on top. It gives it a lot of flavor. Pico de Gallo, it's a mix of onion, cilantro, lime, chile jalapeño or serrano, depending on how spicy you want it. If you want to make it not that spicy, I would recommend you use jalapeno. If you want it a bit more spicy, use chile serrano. And tomatoes, salt, and a little bit of garlic. So we're gonna put it on our molletes. And that is our final step. Those are our molletes.